20 years ago, if you had told someone standing at a busy intersection that the future would be silent, no engine noise, no exhaust smoke, no smell of gasoline, they would have laughed. In 2005, more than 95% of the world's cars ran on gasoline or diesel. The United States alone burned over 500 billion liters of fuel every year. Oil was king. Gas stations were the temples of modern life, and electric cars were nothing more than strange experiments hidden in small laboratories. But in a quiet corner of Silicon Valley, a man named Elon Musk was thinking differently. He didn't just want to build an electric car, he wanted to rewrite the rules of an entire industry. In 2008, Tesla launched its first electric sports car for more than $100,000 with a range of barely 350 kilometers. Experts mocked it. Many said electric cars would never reach even 1% of the market. They were wrong. In 2010, fewer than 20,000 electric vehicles existed worldwide. By 2020, that number had passed 10 million. By 2024, it exceeded 40 million. In just 14 years, the world created an electric fleet larger than the total number of cars in many major countries without using a single drop of gasoline. This wasn't a slow transition, it was an explosion. In China, the largest car market on Earth, EV sales jumped from 75,000 units in 2014 to more than 8 million in 2023. A company called BYD, which started as a small battery maker, became a giant, selling over 3 million cars per year, surpassing companies that had existed for more than a century. In Europe, countries like Norway reached a point where more than 85% of new cars sold in 2023 were electric. On many streets, the sound of tires on asphalt became louder than engines because engines were disappearing. So why did this happen? The first reason is money. In 2010, the cost of lithium-ion batteries was about $1,100 per kilowatt hour. By 2025, it dropped below $120. That is a decline of more than 90% in 15 years. Suddenly, electric cars became cheaper to operate than gasoline cars by up to 60% per year in many countries. The second reason is oil. In 1970, the world consumed around 45 million barrels of oil per day. By 2019, before the pandemic, consumption exceeded 100 million barrels per day. Governments began to fear the future. What if prices reached $200 per barrel? What if supplies collapsed? What if geopolitics shut everything down? Electric cars became the backup plan. The third reason is climate. Transportation produces more than 24% of global carbon emissions. A single gasoline car releases about 4.6 tons of CO2 every year. Multiply that by over 1 billion vehicles, and you understand the scale of the disaster. In 2015, more than 190 countries signed the Paris Climate Agreement. After that, laws changed, fuel taxes increased, gasoline bans were announced after 2035. Governments started offering thousands of dollars in subsidies for electric vehicles. In Germany, buyers could receive up to 9,000 euros in incentives. In China, subsidies reached billions of dollars per year. In the United States, tax credits reached $7,500 per vehicle. All of this created a perfect storm. Car companies that had dominated the world for 100 years felt threatened. Giants like Toyota and Volkswagen invested more than $300 billion combined in electrification within a decade. Entire factories were closed. New ones were built from scratch. Millions of workers had to retrain. Engineers rewrote everything they knew. Even gas stations started to panic. In the United States alone, there are more than 145,000 gas stations. Many began installing charging stations. Some closed permanently. Others turned into cafes or convenience hubs. The gasoline era is not over yet, but it is aging fast. But this story is not perfect. Batteries require lithium, cobalt, and nickel. In 2024, the world mined more than 130,000 tons of lithium, compared to just 28,000 tons in 2010. New mines opened in Chile, Australia, and Africa. Some were accused of polluting water and exploiting workers. Then there's electricity itself. What is the point of an electric car if the electricity comes from coal? In some countries, more than 60% of power still comes from fossil fuels. That means many clean cars are not fully clean. Yet the direction is clear. By 2030, the International Energy Agency predicts that global EV sales will exceed 45 million vehicles per year. That means 1 out of every 2 new cars could be electric. By 2040, gasoline may disappear from most major cities. Imagine that. Cities without smoke, streets without noise, cleaner air, lower transportation costs, a completely new economy built on batteries, software, and artificial intelligence. Cars are no longer just engines and wheels, they are computers on wheels.
Over-the-air updates, autonomous driving, screens bigger than your home TV, data transmitted every second. Companies collecting millions of kilometers of driving information every day to train algorithms. This is not just a car revolution. It is a revolution of energy, industry, and power. Whoever controls batteries controls the future. Whoever controls charging controls cities. Whoever controls data controls roads. A century ago, whoever controlled oil controlled the world. Today, whoever controls lithium, software, and electric networks is approaching that same power. So the real question is not, will electric cars succeed? They already have. The real question is, who will control them and who will pay the price?
And if you found this analysis valuable, do not forget to subscribe and activate notifications, because what we discuss here is not just about money, it is about the shape of our lives in the decades to come.